Next, we're going to hear from Agua Fria High School, and this is directed by Bill Meldrum, and he's the husband of Tracy. We heard her high school earlier, Willow Canyon High School, and it's really a great pleasure to welcome them to our ASU Band Day show in its 63rd year of existence. And he sent me an email at the beginning of the school year, and he needed an assistant band director. And that's one of those things that happens at a large university like ours. Coming back after 10 years of teaching to our program at Arizona State in music education master's degree is Mitch Freeman from Indiana. So he's worked with some of the great Indiana marching bands, and here he is in Arizona to get his graduate work done. And right away, the two of them hooked up into a wonderful staff. And so one of those great things as a teacher happens. It's the 20th of October, a couple days ago, and I get an email from Bill Meldrum says, "I'll see you Band Day, but thank you very much for Mitch Freeman." So here's another guy who's doing his degree, but making a difference in the community by lifting the Agua Fria level. So you can hear all the fans and the screaming that they brought a couple busloads of parents with them. Their title of show is Stained Glass in 5 movements. And this is Bill Meldrum and Mitch Freeman.
Roderick, Mario Cesaria, Lacey Holstein, and Lindsay Rainey. Is the band ready?
This is a wildly staged group. Their design staff is Bill Meldrum on music, J.D. Paul, Don, Lisa, and Nathan Booth, prop design, and Brian Greenland teaches the auxiliary. The instructional staff, Mitch Freeman, Eric Garcia, Patrick Schwab, David Atkins, Jack Torres, Arnaldo Ruiz, and Maggie Miller. Agua Fria High School.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, the Agua Fria High School Marching Band.
The Agua Fria High School Band. Bill Meldrum is the director, assistant director Mitch Freeman, and they did a great job of getting a phenomenal sound out of this band. As you watch the band walk across the field, it sounded a lot bigger than what you're seeing, didn't it? They did a great job of utilizing the basics to get every person making a characteristic sound for their instrument. Every person doing their job to grow the kind of ears necessary to make a smaller size band, a huge size sound. So a lot of homework got done there. Percussion did a really good job of keeping this thing balanced, and it's a large percussion section for the size of winds, and they never overbared, and they were riding the sound right next to the level of the horn playing. A large pit. It's wonderful to see this many keyboard players in a balance instead of non-pitch percussion down at the front being predominant, as we saw a little bit earlier in the day. Now we're seeing something completely different. This is a show that really touched my heart, and I noticed that Doug Yo, who's kind of our foreign correspondent today from Boston, is going to be our new trombone professor here at Arizona State. Right now he's the bass trombonist at the Boston Symphony Orchestra, so he's watching the webcast and noticing some things, probably having flashbacks as a high school band director before he was in the Boston Symphony about a great mellophone opening that happened in that show. That's awesome. And the contents, the stained glass in 5 movements, was all based on the Mass, the Bernstein Mass. And I was lucky enough to be in the original cast and an on-stage performer for Leonard Bernstein. And it was like I was 20 years old when I joined the cast of that, and for 2 summers we performed live and recorded this wonderful work for the opening of the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. So if you go into the lobby of the Kennedy Center Opera House, there's a huge bronze bust. I think it's about 8 feet high. That's of John F. Kennedy. And on opening day, when the Mass was going to be premiered, they dropped, with a crane, they dropped that incredibly heavy bronze thing into its position with the doors open. So we're sitting there doing this piece, and it's in memory of John F. Kennedy, and John F. Kennedy showed up in the double doorways in the middle of the hall, and everybody stopped. It fell apart as a production because everybody ran out there to see this incredible work of art that just got placed in the lobby where it still stands. It was an amazing thing to be part of something as historic as the opening of Kennedy Center. John F. Kennedy's incredible dedication to the performing arts was memorialized in that wonderful art center that stands today, with a concert hall, an opera hall, and wonderful small theaters all over the construction of the place. And I was there. I was there before the concert hall was built, and it was an empty concrete shell inside. We recorded the Mass from next door in the Opera House to get a liver acoustic. So I remember when that was not built yet, and it was nothing but a concrete shell.